Hi, I'm Milo from Sweden. Please like and subscribe. When I was 4 years old, all I wanted was a huge family. Dad, why don't I have a mom? All my friends have moms, brothers, sisters.
How dare you say that to me? Am I not enough for you? Just go away.
My dad was always like this, angry and irritated. He never got along with anyone, and he got fired from every single job he took. We were so poor that he pushed me to school in the stolen shopping cart. No way we could afford a car. When I was in the 10th grade, Dad came home with a crazy surprise. A baby sister from one of his girlfriends. I was over the moon. He didn't even bother naming her, so I did it. I'll call you Annie. Isn't it a cute name, Dad? He didn't care. He was too worried about how we were going to have enough money to raise a baby. Since he couldn't hold the job, he had to borrow money from a local billionaire. Only problem, my dad took the money and ran. He just left me and Annie alone. The billionaire was furious when I told him we couldn't pay him back.
I gave him thousands of dollars. I'll have to call the police, and you two will be sent to foster homes.
No way that they'll separate me from my sister. Please don't call the police. I can pay you back. I can work for you.
You're only a stupid boy. What will you do?
I'll clean the pool, do the dishes, mow the lawn. You can slowly take your money out of my paychecks. Please, just give me a chance. It actually worked. The billionaire let me work for him in exchange for a small salary and a place to live in his pool house. This pool house was way bigger than any apartment I'd ever lived in, so I was thrilled. I went to school every morning with Annie strapped to my chest and worked at the mansion all evening. Everything was going well until one night when I was just about to sleep, someone started screaming outside.
Bubba, I'm scared. Bubba, I'm scared.
Stay here, sweetheart. I've got this. I ran out to see a strange, beautiful girl jumping into the pool.
Woohoo, cannonball!
Intruder, someone's breaking in.
Wow, you're cute. Want to jump in?
I take a broom and some special items to trap her.
What are you doing?
I'm keeping you here while I call the cops.
Stop it, I'm Zoe. This is my house.
Liar, I've never seen you here.
That's because I just moved back in with my dad, you idiot. I lived with my mom before, but get me out of here before I get you fired.
She crawled out of the pool angrily and showed me pictures of her phone with the billionaire.
Believe me now, pool boy?
My name's Milo.
I don't need to know your name if you don't work here anymore.
I'm sorry. I just never seen you before. Please don't tell your dad about this. I need this job. She got so close that I thought she was going to kiss me, but she said...
Anything.
Sure, what do you want? Apparently a lot. Zoe was wild. She partied a lot and stayed out late every day. I had to help her sneak back in each time. One time, she had a huge fight with her dad and ran away to spend the night with her mom. I had to lie in her bed and pretend to be her. So embarrassing. I did all of it for my sister, but as she got older, her needs started changing.
Bubba, when can I go to school like you? I want to play with the other kids.
That made my heart sink. I didn't have enough money to pay for school, but I wanted to give my sister the whole world. I decided to ask the billionaire for a loan, and he said he'd think about it. But little did I know that Zoe was going to wreck everything. It was a night like any other. She was sneaking back into the mansion at 3 a.m. and I was pushing her through the window when suddenly she fell. We fell onto a super expensive television. The screen shattered to pieces. Thankfully, Zoe wasn't hurt, but her dad was really mad.
Who did this?
Milo was cleaning and he slipped.
I could barely protest before the billionaire lost it.
You! Do you have any idea how much this costs? There's no way I'm giving you a loan now.
What? Wait, what loan?
Please, sir, that money is for my sister. She can't go to school without it.
No way! Figure it out yourself.
I was so mad. I just stormed out of there, locked myself in the pool house. Minutes later, it was a knock on the door. It was Zoe. What are you doing here? Won't you be satisfied till you ruined my whole life?
I didn't know about your sister or all these problems.
Why should I tell you you're just some rich girl who decided to make my life miserable? Please just leave me alone. I slammed the door shut and stormed back in. If she wanted to have me fired, so be it. I avoided her completely. I just went to school and did my work like I used to. I applied for a few extra jobs to do over the weekend. I had to send Annie to school. Somehow, it all changed when Zoe showed up at the pool house one night.
Please don't shut the door. I'm sorry I acted like such a jerk. I brought you something.
She handed me a whole stack of money.
It's my pocket money. Dad tries to buy my love with cash. That should be enough for your sister's school.
I was numb with shock. I can't keep this!
You better, pool boy. I saved up all month for you.
No, take it back.
You can't make me.
She just turned and ran.
Use the money. Thank me later.
This girl was crazy. With her help, I was able to afford a decent preschool for Annie. I didn't have to get a second job, so I had free time to study. I even tried out for the school swim team, and I was so shocked to see I was the fastest kid there. I got in right away. Things at home were the easiest they've ever been. Zoe didn't ask me to help her when she was sneaking in anymore. She even babysat Annie while I was busy. One time I came home to see Annie and Zoe wearing matching dresses. Zoe had shopped for her. I don't get it. Why are you being so nice to us?
I'm making up for being a jerk.
You don't need to spend so much money. You're already forgiven.
Hey, I like Annie. She's super cute and funny. I'm not just doing it for you.
Still, I have to give you something in return.
Okay, then go out on a date with me.
What?
You're sweet, caring, and kind of adorable. I like you. What do you think of me?
I was shocked. How could an heiress want to date someone like me? Before I could say a word, I heard a shout behind us.
What did you just say, Zoe?
It was her dad.
Did you just tell the pool boy you like him?
His name is Milo.
Who cares? You're not dating some poor beggar. Wait, is this why you've been asking me for extra pocket money? Have you been spending it on these two?
He turned purple with rage and marched into the pool house. He started throwing all my things around.
Where's all the cash? Where did you hide it? Give it back to me.
Stop it! I grabbed him and tried to pull him back, and he shoved me away.
Your sister is wearing a new dress. Did you get Zoe to buy that for you? You pathetic thief!
He stormed towards my sister and I lost it. I tackled him and threw him into the pool. How dare you charge at my sister? I'm gonna kick your butt! Just then, Annie started crying loudly, and in an instant, all my anger suddenly melted away. I grabbed her and marched into my house to pack all my things. I couldn't live with this monster anymore. I'm quitting!
Don't you dare quit! You still owe me money. Then call the police.
I don't care, I'm leaving!
Yeah, clean your own pool.
Took Annie and got the heck out of there. I called up my swimming coach and explained my situation to him. Thankfully, he and his wife let us live with them for a while. I tried to focus on getting a new job, but I couldn't stop thinking about Zoe. I called her many times since that day, but she never picked up. I had no idea how much trouble she was in. Annie missed her all the time, too. I thought I'd never see her again until the date of a very important swimming match. All the schools were competing, and our biggest donors were coming to watch. I was so focused on the match that I didn't see all the missed calls on my phone from Annie's school. I swam my heart out and won first place. After the award ceremony, I checked my phone and nearly had a stroke. Annie was sick. Her school had gone crazy calling me to take her home. I literally flew out of there and dashed off to her school, ready for the worst. But I found her playing games in the grass.
Bubba, look who I called.
Zoe was behind her giving me the cheekiest grin. I couldn't believe it.
Don't worry, Annie's fine. She just ate some bad food.
I threw up on my teacher. Hee hee hee.
I gave Annie a tight hug and she gasped.
Bubba, you won gold.
That doesn't matter. How do you feel now?
I feel perfect because Bubba wins. Yay, I knew you're the best.
I turned around to thank Zoe but saw her leaving. I grabbed her arm and pulled her back. No way you're leaving just like that. We haven't spoken in months. What's going on with you? Zoe revealed how her dad had become super strict since the incident. He never let her go out anymore and she could only sneak away when he was busy at work. And he was setting her up with some rich boy to marry him. That's crazy, we're just kids!
He thinks I need to be kept under control. I wish I could leave, but he has full custody.
Then you should take him to court again. You need to stand up to him if you want to be with your mom. Fight for it! She knew I was right. She convinced her mom to call their lawyer, but she was scared of moving her stuff out of the house. I decided to help her and went to her mansion together. Her father had a total fit when he saw us. He tried to stop Zoe from packing, but I stood in between them like a wall.
Move, or I will punch you.
Why don't you try, old man? I'll knock you out right now.
I'm calling the police. I have full custody and Zoe cannot leave without my permission.
Fine, do it. Mom's already talking to her lawyer and she's going to fight for me and she will win after I tell the court everything you put me through. Just back off.
She pushed him away, and we all stormed out. Her father kept screaming behind us, but we didn't care. When I finally got her to her mom's house, and Zoe was literally jumping with joy. We could finally live our lives the way we wanted, and Zoe's dad tried to wreck that many times. He kept calling us for days till we had to block him. Then he filed a police complaint against me saying I robbed him and kidnapped Zoe. I was in jail for 2 whole days while the police investigated the matter. This was so crazy. They just believed his lies until Zoe showed up. She told the cops the whole truth. She wasn't kidnapped, he didn't steal, and her father was a lying jerk. They had no choice but to let me go. I wanted to make a graceful exit, but Annie turned to the billionaire and said,
She wants that!
I was screaming from happiness outside. Thank you so much, you saved my butt.
She was so cool, wasn't she, Bubba?
Coolest. Suddenly Zoe threw her arms around me. Into my shock, she kissed me right on the lips. I was so shocked.
That was so cute. Kiss again.
Shut up, Annie.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. I was so worried about you, and I'm sorry about this whole mess, and...
I leaned in and kissed her. It was a quick peck on the lips, but she turned red.
You kissed me.
I'll do it again. I pulled her to me and gave her another kiss. It was perfect.
Hi, I'm Savannah from Chicago. Please like and subscribe. I never knew my mom because she fell ill soon after I was born, but my dad named me after her. He was a real estate tycoon, and my older twin brothers and I grew up in the lap of luxury. Dad loved us all, but I was his clear favorite. I don't remember him missing a single parent, teacher meeting, recital, birthday, or game practice, no matter how busy he was. And I only had to ask for something once, and he made it happen. Like when I was 7, my favorite cereal brand just announced they're hiding Disney princess figures in select boxes, and I wanted to collect the whole set. Not that I couldn't buy them from a toy store, I just really wanted the cereal ones. So, the next day, Dad had cereal boxes from every store in the city delivered to our mansion, and the entire household spent 3 days opening them till I had the whole range of figures. I even made it to the local news for that, and I always got my way with my brothers Adam and Jeff, too. Hey, get up! I was sitting in that chair first.
When were you sitting here?
Yesterday or maybe on Sunday. It's not important. Just get up.
Buzz off and sit somewhere else. Loser!
I'm warning you, Adam. I'm gonna cry. He ignored me, and then I went at a scream like someone had cut my arm off. Dad came running in a panic, and Adam was grounded before he got 2 words out of his mouth. My brothers kept trying to get back at me, but they just couldn't win. Once when I was 10, I was playing in her backyard, when a scrawny little puppy wandered in, and I was immediately in love with it. It turned out that he belonged to one of our maids, and she seemed reluctant to let him go. Dad said he'd get me a better dog, but I threw one of my famous tantrums, and the maid eventually gave in. But later that night, when I took him out for a walk, I found a girl my age crying in the garden. The puppy ran out of my grasp, straight to her, and she squealed with delight. Hey, let him go. He's mine.
Actually, he's mine. My mom gave him to you because she works for you and you're a spoiled brat. Look, I don't want to cause any trouble for Mom, okay? I just came to say goodbye to him. Can I?
As the girl hugged her pet, I suddenly had a lump in my throat. I felt like such a jerk, just taking away something from someone without even thinking, just because I could. You can have him back. Your mom won't be in any trouble, I promise. But maybe I can play with him sometimes. The maid's daughter and I became friends, and maybe it was her effect on me. But I slowly started seeing that my brothers and I were just too spoiled. I once joked with Dad about wanting a private jet, and he asked me what color I'd like. Dad, I was kidding. I'm 13. Where would I go on a private jet? You really need to learn how to say no sometimes. But he just couldn't, and my brothers took full advantage of it. They failed their classes, but they knew Dad would pay the school off to make them pass. They were the heads of all the sports clubs without deserving it, and obviously the most popular guys around, because they blew money on wild parties for their friends. Soon after the twins' 18th birthday, Dad decided they needed to learn more about his business, and he wanted me to join in too. But during these meetings, the things I learned just shot me.
Now look at this mansion I sold last month. There was mold in the basement and the foundation had water damage. But we did a really good job covering it up and I sold it for 4 times its real value.
Wow, Dad, you're a genius. I had no idea you were such a cool cat.
What? That's just plain wrong. How could you sell someone a damaged house and they could sue you?
Honey, relax. I've been in the business a long time. They can't prove we knew about this damage already. And don't worry, the insurance will cover it.
But it's still dishonest.
So, No man can make as much money as I have by being honest all the time. Everyone cuts corners. It's how things are done, and I'm doing all this for you guys.
No one asked you to, Dad. You know you've always been my role model and my favorite person in the world. How could you be so disappointing?
That's enough, Savannah. Don't be ungrateful.
After that, things were never quite the same between me and Dad. I'd always put him on the highest pedestal, and he'd just fallen so far. It completely changed my relationship with him. And I knew one thing for sure. I wasn't going to be part of the family business. I'd always loved to paint, so I started working harder to build a good portfolio and apply for scholarships to art schools. I knew Dad would pay in the blink of an eye, but I wanted to try doing things on my own. But a few weeks after I started art school, Dad suffered a major heart attack. When he finally came home from the hospital, he gathered my brothers and me into a study and made an announcement.
Kids, I'm giving you my business and my wealth. I don't want you to wait longer to inherit everything that's yours.
I was stunned, but I could see the greedy excitement in my brother's eyes.
Really? So what do we get?
Everything! I've made all the arrangements. All I ask is that you enjoy what you've been given to the fullest, and that you let me stay with you throughout the year. I'll split my time among your 3 homes wherever you choose to live.
This is amazing. And of course you can stay with me, Dad, as long as you want.
Thank you, Adam. I leave you control of the company. You have a shrewd mind for business and you'll do really well.
Yeah, it'll be my honor, Dad. Thank you. Thank you.
Dad, if he gets the company, what happens to me?
Jeff, I know how much you love to travel the world. I leave you half of my material wealth to use as you see fit.
Oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. Thank you so much.
I worked all my life to provide you with this. Please enjoy it.
We sure will.
My brothers left the room arm in arm, celebrating their new fortune. Why are you doing this, Dad?
It's time, Savannah. Which brings me to what I want you to have.
I don't want anything more from you.
Excuse me?
I'm thankful for the life you gave me, but I can't stop wishing you'd done things differently. I don't want your fortune, and I can't be a part of your business. I don't think I could sleep at night knowing I'm scamming people. I just want to do things on my own. Dad looked beyond furious. He just exploded.
After all I've done for you, this is how you thank me.
Dad, calm down. You'll give yourself another heart attack.
As if you care. You look down on me now, huh? And if you want nothing, fine. Get out.
Of course I care.
Enough. You're a stranger to me now. I have no daughter. Just get out.
I walked out that day and began a life on my own, and it was not easy, especially since I'd grown up like a princess. The scholarship paid for my tuition, but I had to work 2 jobs after school to pay for everything else. I survived, though, and only got stronger. I never heard from my family, but occasionally I'd see my brothers in magazines or on TV, showing up at charity events and flashing their wealth. But I never saw my dad. Slowly, I even started selling my artwork on the side. I hit the jackpot when I was discovered by a renowned painter, and she got me my first gallery show. That's where I met a lovely guy named Chase, and it wasn't long before we fell in love. He proposed after I graduated, and I happily said yes. At our engagement party, he asked me to call my family.
This is the biggest moment of our lives. They should know.
They could have called me any time.
Please, Savannah, don't let pride keep you apart. Someone has to be the first to call. Let it be you.
Okay, I'll try. That's the best I can do. I called Adam the next day, reaching him at the office. His secretary left me on hold for 20 minutes before he finally picked up.
Yeah, what is it?
Hello to you too. I'm getting married, Adam.
So why are you telling me?
I thought you might want to come.
Come on, Savannah. I don't have time for this.
Gosh, I knew this was a mistake.
You chose your life and walked away. Don't be mad at us now. Is that all?
Where's Dad?
Who?
Are you serious? Where is he?
Who knows? He got mad and left. Ask Jeff.
I called Jeff and reached him on his private plane.
Dad was a real drag. I had to cut him loose.
Cut him loose?
Let him go. Last I saw him, he was roaming around downtown.
What? You mean he's homeless?
I don't know. If you want to find him so bad, do it yourself.
I was shaking with rage, and I threw the phone across the room and burst into tears. Chase came running in and hugged me. We have to find him, Chase. We need to go now.
Find who?
My dad. It was pouring rain that night, but I didn't care. We drove through the streets of downtown Chicago, visiting homeless shelters and looking in back alleys. but he was nowhere to be found. How could they just let him leave? Is money that important? More important than family, and I should have stayed in touch.
You did what you had to do, love. He told you to leave, but don't lose hope yet. We'll look again tomorrow and report him missing to the police. Let's go home now.
But when we reached our house, I saw a man slumped near the front door. I jumped out of the car, my heart pounding. Dad! He looked up, so much paler and thinner than I remembered.
Savannah, I am so sorry.
Chase and I took Dad inside, sat him by the fire, and served some hot soup. When he'd regained some strength, he finally started to talk.
Your brothers only wanted my money, Savannah. I tried to advise Adam on a business deal, and he screamed at me saying it was his company, and he didn't want an old man around. Then I went to stay with Jeff, and he said I ruined the vibe. I had nowhere to go.
You could have called me.
How could I? After the way I treated you, and it's my fault those two have turned out this way. I made them greedy and selfish like me. I was just too ashamed to face you.
Until that moment, it carried so much anger and hurt. But seeing him there, looking so frail, it just melted away. I love you, Dad. You're safe now. You're home. We spent the evening talking. He spent a lot of time with Chase and looking at my art.
You made a beautiful life for yourself.
Yes, I did. Chase and I converted our spare office into Dad's bedroom, and we got to know each other all over again. All these years later, we were family once more, but in the back of my mind, I still had so much resentment toward Adam and Jeff. I couldn't concentrate on my art, and Chase noticed that I wasn't being myself.
You're gonna see your brothers, aren't you? What are you gonna say?
I don't really know, I'm just so angry with them, but I think I have to do this.
Then you should, Savannah, and no matter what happens, you'll have a family here waiting for you.
The next day, I went to Adam's massive office building. I was prepared to scream at him, hit him, destroy him somehow. But when I walked into his vast office, I found him standing by the window, staring out at the city. His back was hunched like he was really tired. He turned around, and I was shocked. He looked 10 years older than his age.
I have 5 minutes. Savannah, what do you need?
I found Dad.
Great job. Is that all?
Adam, are you happy?
I have no family, no free time. I sleep in the office most nights trying to do more and more and more. When you reach this level, Savannah, personal happiness is irrelevant. It's all about the next deal.
Why do you do it?
What other choice do I have? What else is there?
You have one last chance to set things right, Adam. You can choose to take it. I set a wedding invitation on his desk and left. In the afternoon, I stopped by Jeff's $1 million apartment. There was nothing warm or homey about it. It just looked like a cold hotel room. He was sitting on a white couch, staring at the ceiling.
I'm leaving for Europe in the morning.
What are you doing this time?
How many parties can you go to? How many vacations are enough? Nobody's really my friend. They just like me for the trips, for the yacht parties, for the money. I just want something meaningful.
You have one last chance to have that, Jeff. Think about it. And I left a wedding invitation on the edge of the couch. A month later, Chase and I were married in a beautiful garden venue on a gorgeous spring day. But that's not the most important part. The most important part was that of my brothers apologized to me and begged for Dad's forgiveness. And now, my father was walking me down the aisle on my wedding day, and my brothers were smiling at me from the front row. I slowly stepped into a pitch-black room. The only light came from a few lamps, shining right onto a painting on the wall. The woman in the painting was smiling softly, but it just made my skin crawl. She looked exactly like me. Suddenly, I heard footsteps behind me getting closer. Hey guys, I'm Joyce Watson, 17, living with my grandpa Ben here in Miami. My parents, I've got no idea. The only thing they left me is this necklace. Grandpa never says anything more. We're not rich, but we're happy. Or we were, until Grandpa fell and got hurt.
I'm so sorry, sweetheart.
It's okay, Grandpa. I can handle it.
So, to help cover our bills, I went to work as a waitress at the Great Aram, one of the fanciest 5-star hotels in town. Getting the job wasn't easy. I had to pass tests on fitness, traffic, and talking to guests. The manager, Knox, is super strict, but I did it thanks to hard work and a bit of luck.
Congrats, Joyce. You beat 50 others. You're officially part of the Grand Orem Hotel.
On my first day, I messed up big time. I spilled something on Vanessa's dress. She's a rich kid staying here.
I'm so sorry, miss. I'll clean it up right now.
Don't touch!
My limited edition Dior. You'll ruin it.
Knox stepped in and helped calm things down, but after that, Vanessa and her rich clique made my life miserable.
Why is my food still not here? So slow. Why is this place still dirty? If I complain, you're done here. Can't even hold this for me.
Her friends laughed while I just swallowed it all. I needed this job too much.
So you'll clean this whole lounge before you go home.
I cleaned until midnight, all alone. Just finished this. Joyce, you got this. I knocked on the last door. No answer. I pushed it open. The room was pitch dark, but even in the shadows I could tell it was bigger and fancier than all the rest. Right in the middle hung a huge painting, displayed like it was precious. Why did that woman look so much like me? She just seemed older. Who's that? Before I could think, the footsteps got closer, louder. Who'd be here at this hour? Did I just upset? Another VIP.
Who's there?
I didn't think I just ran. I got away, but that painting haunted me. That woman had to be connected to me somehow. So I searched for any clue. The owner of the Grand Arm? No way. They say he's the strange man. Never married, no kids, lived alone with a mountain of money. On my break, I snuck into the hotel's archive room to dig for more. I searched forever until I found something. Eleanor Watson, manager of the Grand Orem, 17 years ago. My heart pounded. 17 years ago, Watson. Too many things matched. Could she be my mom?
Wow! A thief in a luxury hotel.
Vanessa screamed. I was stealing! Thank God Knox covered for me again.
I asked Joyce to get some files for me.
Vanessa looked furious but had to walk away.
I really trust your work and character. But one more mistake and you're gone clear.
Got it. Thank you.
That night, I told Grandpa everything. What I found, what I thought.
Your parents are gone. These people have nothing to do with you.
But Eleanor, she looks just like me, I think.
You're not working there anymore.
I have to find the truth. Maybe I'll find my mom. I decided to get close to the hotel's head chef. She'd been working here for over 20 years. If anyone knew something, it'd be her. The second she saw my face, she looked kind of shocked, but then snapped right back to her usual cold, strict self. No matter how much I begged, she wouldn't even glance at me.
Out of my way, kid. This kitchen's got work to do. Don't stand there being useless.
I can help. I'll wash the dishes, clean up, whatever.
Right when I was wrestling with a giant stack of dirty plates, my phone rang. It was Grandpa Holy Pickles. If he found out I was still working, I was toast.
Where are you right now?
I'm just swimming a bit to cool off. Yep.
Kid, if you can't focus, get your butt out of my kitchen.
I hung up, heart pounding. I just have to explain later. Things didn't get any easier. While I was serving food, Vanessa and her gang kept picking at me. Lucky for me, Knox always stepped in to help. He's so kind and kind of talent. Not going to lie, the old chef kept throwing more chores at me non-stop. By the end of the day, I was so wiped I could barely breathe.
Spill it. What do you really want from me?
Do you know anyone named Eleanor? She worked here 17 years ago.
I thought it was just a look-alike, but looks like you really are connected to Eleanor. She and Mr. Raymond were madly in love. Then one day, poof, Eleanor vanished. Since then, Mr. Raymond's lived alone, never loving anyone else.
My mom and a hotel owner in love. Wait, does that mean Mr. Raymond is my dad? No freaking way. If that's true, then why am I living broke instead of in some fancy mansion? Whatever, time to risk it. I had to sneak back into that room and find out more. There had to be something in there. Maybe even Mr. Raymond himself. The room was still pitch dark, except for Eleanor's portrait, glowing like a freaking spotlight. There was no alarm last time. Seconds later, Knox burst in. He looked so shocked when he saw me.
I can't believe it. It's you this time. I can't save you, Joyce.
I tried to explain, but no. They dragged me out like a stray kitten. Just like that, I got fired on the spot. I got home. Grandpa was fuming, but before he could say a word, I cut him off.
I saw Mr. Raymond has the same necklace as Eleanor, same as mine. I know she's my mom.
He looked so stunned. At first, he refused to say anything.
I just want to know who my parents really are.
17 years ago, Raymond and Eleanor were in love. Because of his family's power games, Raymond had to leave my daughter for a while. He promised he'd come back. Eleanor was already pregnant with you. The Voss family only wanted the baby, not Eleanor as their daughter-in-law. She was so heartbroken she died right after you were born. I've hated the Voss family ever since. I never wanted you tangled up with Raymond or the Vosses.
So I lost my mom long ago, but I still have a dad. Mr. Raymond is my dad, and from what he kept in that room, I know he really loved my mom. The next few days, I tried sneaking back into the Grand Orem, but every time I made it a few steps in, they caught me and tossed me out.
Hey, don't let her in. She's a thief.
No, please. I need to see Mr. Raymond. It's important.
Guards, get her out of here.
And I was dragged out again. Was there really no way to see Mr. Raymond? Come on, Joyce. Think there has to be a way. Wait. Yes.
Knox, I need your help with something.
Thanks to Knox, I got back into the Grand Orem. I knew he'd pulled a ton of strings to get me a meeting with Mr. Raymond.
Don't worry. What I'm going to tell him is huge. He'll want to hear it. Thank you for everything.
The second Mr. Raymond saw me, he looked so shocked.
Let me introduce myself properly. I'm Joyce, Eleanor's daughter. It's really nice to meet you, Dad.
A few weeks later, the Voss family announced their new heir. This fancy event drew out every big shot in all of Miami. Right in the middle of the Grand Arms Grand Hall hung a huge painting covered with a white cloth. Everyone's eyes were glued to it. I walked in beside Knox, head held high. I belonged here now.
This place is only for the elite little country girl, like you should know her place.
Vanessa, I suggest you show some respect. Joyce is more special than you think.
Vanessa was about to flip her hair and roll her eyes. But just then, the cloth dropped. My mom's portrait glowed under the lights. So beautiful, so proud. Every single eye turned to me because I looked just like her.
After all these years, I finally found my daughter. Today, I'm proud to announce Joyce Voss as the new heir of the Grand Orem and the entire Voss family.
Vanessa's face twisted like she just swallowed a whole bucket of bugs. I just walked right past her, calm as ever, stepping up to take my new title for my father.
Don't waste my time, he. Broke nobody, hurry up and haul this stuff.
I stepped in just when Vanessa was yelling at one of the new waiters. He was apologizing over and over, but she kept snapping at him like she owned the world.
The Grand Orem doesn't serve guests who disrespect people. You're not welcome here, Vanessa.
I'm VIP.
And I'm the owner now.
Vanessa got thrown out while people around her giggled and whispered. Knox came to stand beside me. My boyfriend now. He'd been there for me when I had nothing.
Aren't you worried she'll spread rumors and mess with the hotel's name?
The Grand RM stands for real class. It doesn't bow down to arrogant bullies. I know I'll make it shine even brighter than before.
I'm adopted, and my adoptive parents split up about 8 years ago. I'd been low-key, hoping that they'd get back together all along. But then my dad brought her home. Not only was this woman not mom, but she was also a total witch. I came home from school early one day to find a woman sitting on the couch in my living room. She smiled at me.
Who are you?
Diana, sweetie, you're home early today?
Additional beads of sweat appeared on my dad's forehead and gathered on his eyebrows. Super suspicious.
It's nice to meet you, Diana. I've heard so much about you. I work with your father.
Dad doesn't usually bring his colleagues over for dinner.
She isn't just a colleague. I'm marrying her. Diana!
I thought we were gonna ease her into it.
Wait, you're marrying this strange woman? Are you serious?
We'll discuss this over dinner.
During the world's most freaking awkward dinner, I found out that my dad had met this woman about 3 months ago at a diner, of all places. She was sitting there all alone with a piece of pie, and he ordered her a coffee, and they got to talking, and then what unfolded was the most boring romance between two boring people ever. Their idea of a fun night is talking about the new drug formulas. My dad's company is working, and Justine's idea of an ideal date is accompanying Dad to those awful company dinners that are actually just normal work sessions in disguise, with 100% more steak than usual. I excused myself to my bedroom as soon as I could and picked up the phone to call Mom. I told her what happened and she became very quiet. I realized that my mom must still really have a thing for Dad. I described Justine, then telling Mom the things they told me about.
I see. She seems too good to be true.
The next day, during history class, we learned about the hunting of witches in medieval and Puritan times. Apparently, back in those days, it was really easy to be accused of being a witch, and it was really hard to prove otherwise. But as the teacher moved on to talk about Hollywood's definition of witches, it, honest to goodness, sounded like he was describing Justine. Witches could cook up potions, charm people, and see some future events. She had one of the 3 nailed. I could see her excelling at all the rest. There was supposedly one surefire way to determine if someone was a witch: lure them into a circle, Once in the circle, the witch wouldn't be able to escape. I felt ridiculous even entertaining the idea, but I knew there was something off about Justine. So that evening, while Justine and Dad were preparing dinner in the kitchen, I lit the candles, dimmed the lights, and drew a circle on the floor beneath Justine's chair. We were sitting down to eat when my mom barged into the dining room.
Peter, I want you back.
This is neither the time nor the place for this.
Oh, it hurts.
I watched in horrified fascination as Justine stood and then fell to her knees, holding her head in her hands. Then she started moaning, and then she started to spew. Justine threw up jets of green vomit like a sprinkler all over the dining room.
The circle worked. It's true. You're a witch.
I'd never seen my father move as fast as he did in that moment. He put himself between my mom and Justine. In the blink of an eye, my mom lunged forward and tried to attack them both. I grabbed hold of the hood on my mom's coat and pulled as hard as I could. Mom looked at me with a look of betrayal and then rushed out of the house. My dad picked Justine up and carried her away from the circle to the living room couch.
Why didn't you tell me, Justin?
I was afraid I'd lose you if you knew about my condition. Your condition? Your condition is being an evil witch.
Dinah, behave.
How did you know Mom would attack Justine, Dad?
That's right. Why? I ended things with your mother, Diana. She's a witch hunter. I thought she was having an affair, so I followed her. One night, I found her killing a witch in a dark alley. I just couldn't get past it. Justine, I want you to stay here with us. Now that Carrie knows about you, it's never going to be safe for you to be alone.
But Dad, she's a witch!
You defended her once. Can I count on you to do it again?
Yeah, I guess so.
That night, I told my teddy bear and doll all about the evening's events. I know they're not real, and I know it's a silly thing to do, but I always feel better after telling them about my day. And they're the toys I had even before I was adopted. I feel connect me to a past I can't remember, and I treasure that. However, this evening, when I got to the part about drawing the circle, Teddy looked disappointed in me.
Come on, Teddy. Don't look at me like that. I needed to know, and it's not like I expected it to actually work. Now, are you gonna let me finish my story or not? Teddy chilled out a little bit, so I told them the rest. Dolly looked worried when she found out that I grabbed Mom's hood to stop her. It's okay, Dolly. She's my mom. It's not like she'd ever hurt me.
You have my permission to skip school tomorrow to keep an eye on Justine.
So I can risk both my academic future and my life at the same time. Gotta admit, Dad, I'm not enthused.
What's wrong, sweetheart? How long are you gonna keep those things around? They're unnerving.
All this stress has got you jumpy. I get it. And yes, I'll watch Justine tomorrow and keep her alive for you.
When I got up the next morning, Justine was floating around the kitchen making breakfast. Literally floating. Having a good witchy morning, I see.
Oh, I thought you were still asleep. I'm not a witch. It's a condition. A condition? You expect me to believe that you're floating? I have invisible wings made of energy. The circle you drew around me last night gave me a terrible case of vertigo. It'll be a couple of days before I can walk on the ground. But why'd you throw up? Green foam it, exorcist style. I had split pea soup for lunch. Ask your father. We'll probably never eat it again. Yeah, right. Well, since you've made up your mind about me, I might as well not hold back.
At that point, the entire kitchen came alive with action in motion. The salt and pepper flew over to the stove and started seasoning things, while plates and bowls flew out of the cabinet and arranged themselves on the counter. Ingredients flew out of the fridge and arranged themselves. And at the center of it all was Justine.
Why are you being so blatant about this? And why aren't you trying to convince me that you're not a witch, when clearly you totally are? It's the side effect from a drug. I took in a small percentage of the population. It changes our genetic structure. There is no cure. And let me guess, my dad's company made the drug, right? Yes. Peter knows why I sought him out now. I told him last night.
That night, Justine was making dinner when I heard the sound of the front door's deadbolt unlocking itself. I put myself between Justine and the entrance to the kitchen. My mom and two uncles walked in fully armed.
You won't stop me this time, Diana. That's why I brought reinforcements.
She says it's a condition.
And you believe that nonsense? A drug that makes someone wear black, eat only plants, levitate, projectile vomit, persuade people to do things they don't want to do, make objects move on their own.
It's supposedly an energy thing.
These are wicked people who need to be cleansed from society.
Diana, you should leave. I'm not going anywhere.
My uncles lunged at me, and Mom watched as they tried to get me away from Justine. One of them threw me over their shoulder, and the other joined Mom and began attacking Justine. Suddenly, I saw pale yellow threads of something running down the back of my uncle's body. I reached out and pulled those threads with a yell. His body moved like a puppet on a string in exactly the direction I moved the threads. Somehow I could see Justine's wings now, and as I watched them beat, I realized that I'd been waiting for as long as I could remember to do the same. I willed my wings to expand and felt something respond. I hovered in the air a few inches off the ground.
Diana, you're like them if you're one of them. It's true. They haven't been lying.
Mom was in front of me a second later. My uncles didn't stop. Suddenly, Teddy and Dolly came running in and attacked them both. Justine took advantage of the distraction and grabbed hold of their heads.
You are getting sleepy. Very sleepy.
Both men fell asleep.
Teddy, Dolly?
Hey there, kiddo.
Your wings are beautiful, sweetie.
You two have been watching her all along. Why did you let me keep her if you knew where she's been?
There was no place safer for Diana than with a witch hunter. Carrie.
We knew the mutation would show itself eventually. With both parents having been exposed to the drug, it was only a matter of time.
What? You two are my parents?
We put some of our energy in your favorite toys so we could stay in touch with you.
Tell Peter everything when he's back. We're counting on him. We're counting on you too, Carrie.
It's too dangerous for us to stay, Con, now that we've exposed ourselves. Goodbye for now, Diana.
Remember that we love you.
A neighbor had called the police, and when they showed up, my mom told them everything about her witch hunter family. She and her family were arrested, but Mom escaped. Dad married Justine a couple months later. Shortly after, he revealed the truth about what the pharmaceutical company had been doing. I was Justine's maid of honor, and eventually I got used to my extra set of senses, but I missed my parents. I'd sit alone in my room with Teddy and Dolly in front of me, hoping that somehow my mom and dad would be there again. Suddenly, my phone lit up with a text from an unknown number. So yeah, my dad brought home a total winch, except she isn't. And in the end, my family didn't get smaller or more splintered by this change. Instead, it's actually bigger. And it's about to get bigger. Yet once we reach my birth parents, I guess what I learned is that I shouldn't judge people based on my preconceived notions because I could totally be wrong. Family is about love and acceptance, even when people are different. Take time to listen before you judge. This story is purely fictional. Do not try to copy any dangerous or violent actions.
And the winner of the annual district robotics competition is winning for the 3rd time in a row. Mia!
The entire crowd went wild and began chanting my name, but as I looked down at the faces of thousands of people around me, I felt sad and alone.
You may call your parents on stage for a picture.
Nope, they're not here. It's just me.
Hello everyone, I'm Mia from New Orleans, and this is my crazy story. My life wasn't always like this, you know. Lonely. We used to be a proper family. Mom, Dad, and me. Mom was always busy because she was a top neurosurgeon in the country, but I had a stay-at-home dad who was the best friend a girl could ask for.
Prepare to fight! On guard!
Ha! You dare challenge me? Mia of Dragon Tower. Prepare to fall.
Unfortunately, Mom never had a minute to spare us, no matter how hard I tried to get her attention, and it really bummed me out.
Mom, look! We're having a sword fight. Play with us.
Mia, I just had a long shift at the hospital. I have no time to play pretend.
But it's like that stopped me from trying. One time, I was 8. We went to the pool during the holidays. I was thrilled to finally get to spend time with her. But of course, as soon as we got to the pool, she was on the phone again.
Mom! Look how high I can go.
Of course, I landed safely in the water and some people near clapped for me. But when I looked over, my parents were having a fight. They didn't even see me. Talk about invisible. After that, I pretty much gave up and I got used to my life. That is, until the night of my 14th birthday. The night everything changed. I came home after spending the day at the mall with some classmates to find my parents screaming at each other. Technically, it wasn't anything new, but that day, it was different. I felt it in my bones. So I stayed in my room and listened as their voices got louder and louder, until suddenly, it stopped. After a short while, my dad came to my room.
Mia, my darling, I'm sorry.
For what? What do you mean?
I am sorry.
My dad just walked out of my room, got in his car, and left. And that was the last time I saw him. I cried myself to sleep for weeks, but life had to go on. At first, it was super awkward and weird between Mom and me, but we became comfortable in our silence. At dinner, I watched film while Mom prepped for her next surgery.
So how was school?
Good? Work?
great. Please pass the salt.
But sometimes I couldn't help but wonder what would it feel like to have a normal relationship with Mom. But luckily, there was one place I felt. School. Yup, I'm a nerd. But hold up, I wasn't your regular boring nerd. I was a popular nerd. Heck, I was popular because I was a nerd. Though I guess being one of the prettiest girls in school helped. The teachers loved me, and all the students wanted to be like me. I loved getting compliments from my teachers. It was my bread and butter. I had tutored so many people without not breaking a sweat, but one day I was asked to tutor someone who freaked me out.
Hey Mia, can you step into my office for a second?
Sure. What's up, Mr. Smith?
We need your help. You know Colin over there? He's our star quarterback. And it has come to our notice that he needs to up his grades in chemistry or lose his varsity scholarship, which would be terrible for our school. He's the first to ever get it.
What? I
want him to shadow you in all the classes, and then I want you to tutor him, okay?
Everyone knew Colin was a complete jerk who only cared about throwing wild parties. But I couldn't let Mr. Smith down, so I said yes. But I instantly regretted it. Tutoring Colin was a nightmare. He never listened. And even worse, he had no interest in learning anything.
To do this experiment, we need to add a few drops of this into this beaker.
Cool, like this?
No, not like that. You dingus.
Oops, my bad.
A week later, I immediately told Mr. Smith that I quit. Nothing was worth this stress. I was in the bathroom cleaning the chemicals from my hair when Colin barged into the girls' bathroom.
I suppose you can't read either.
Yo, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. You're the best tutor I ever had. Please don't give up on me.
And why should I help you?
I'm glad you asked. I asked Mr. Smith to let us work in the lab after school for some credit. Please come today and I'll prove it. I need that scholarship.
At first, I wanted to run out the window, but I decided to give him a chance. And after school, I popped into the lab. To my surprise, Colin had washed all the beakers and cleaned the workstation.
Okay, fine. You get one more chance.
Colin then became a better student and a friend. We hung out all the time and he was so easy to talk to. One day after studying, we went to his house to chill. His home was like a Disney castle.
Wow. What exactly do your parents do?
My parents are tech people. They're rarely home, so the guys from school always hang out here.
At first, it was just us and a few guys from school playing Monopoly by the pool. But slowly, more people started to show up. Someone came with a loudspeaker. And just like that, a simple hangout turned into a full-blown rave. Colin tried to keep everything under control, but as if. And a few hours later, the cops showed up, and everything went to hell. Turns out someone had complained about the noise.
Do you have any idea how it felt to get a call from the police about you?
Mom, I can explain.
I don't want to hear it. You're grounded, and I'm so disappointed in you.
I could hear my heart shatter into pieces. All my life, I've been nothing but perfect. But the one time I make a mistake, my mom doesn't believe me. No wonder my dad left. My mother was selfish and cold-hearted, and I was done with it. The next day at school, I had a plan to drive her crazy.
Hey, Mia. I'm so sorry about yesterday. Everything just got out of hand.
I know.
When I wasn't tutoring Colin, I went to parties with him. One night, I snuck out to a party with Colin. We stopped at a store to get some burgers after dancing all night. But then I saw something that rocked my core.
Dad?
Babe, who is this? And why is she calling you Dad?
And that's when I saw the woman and the little girl standing next to him. And then, my father looked me dead in the eye and uttered words that changed my life forever.
I have no clue who she is.
I froze. I refused to believe my eyes. I watched them as they walked to their car. The man lifted the little girl and put her on his shoulder. I was super shocked. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe that was just a look-alike. But then he turned to me and looked me in the eye. I saw him mouth the words, "I'm sorry." I hit the ground and fainted. When I woke up, I was in the hospital and my mom was standing over me.
Oh, thank goodness you're awake. What were you doing in that store? Start explaining yourself.
Please, can we just go home?
For weeks, I moved around like a zombie. I couldn't eat or sleep. And worst of all, I couldn't tell anyone what I saw. It had to be a lie. I spent all my time holed up in my room, and my mom got so worried that she took time off work to take care of me. But I couldn't bring myself to talk to her. One day at school, the principal announced a father-daughter dance at the assembly, and all the emotions I had been bottling up just exploded in my chest. I started to cry in front of everyone. I ran out of the assembly as fast as I could. I ran to the gym and hid under the bleachers, hoping no one would find me. But Colin did.
Hey, I was looking for you. What happened?
seeing Colin release the waterworks again, and I told him everything.
You and I are alike. A lot. Do you know why my parents are rarely home? My parents got divorced, and my mom became a jet-setting Instagram queen to deal with the divorce.
Oh, Colin, that's awful.
Yeah. For a long time I thought that I kept doing outrageous stuff, thinking I could get them to care about me. But then I met a girl that made me realize that I was just hurting myself. My parents are happy in their new lives, but I was ruining my future to prove a point. At least you have a mom who still cares.
Dumb as he was about chemistry, he had a point. His words lifted my spirits, and I was so happy that I leaned over and kissed him. After that, I ran home. I was finally ready to talk to my mom. I saw Dad, I told her as I walked into her room. My mother froze.
He was with a child who's at least 6 years old, but he left 3 years ago.
My mother nodded her head slowly, and I had the answer had been dreading. My beloved father was a cheat. I immediately ran to the toilet and threw up. Everything I knew about him was a lie.
I wanted to tell you, but I thought maybe you still needed to think of him as your hero. When your dad was here, he didn't work, Mia. I did everything I had to provide and take care of the home, too. It was too much. I begged him to work so I could work less and get to spend more time with you. But he refused. Then I found out about the baby. He was taking care of his new family with my money. I forgave him because I thought you still needed him, but one night he just left. I'm so sorry.
I pretended like he didn't know me. Mom!
Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. You're the best daughter anyone could ask for, and it's his loss that he isn't here for you, but I am. And I promise, starting now, I'll be even more present.
I would love that.
We can start by talking about that boy that took you to the hospital that day. He's cute.
Mom and I laughed together. For the first time, I knew we were going to be okay. Heck, we were going to be better than the relationships I saw on TV. No matter how tough and challenging life may get, love and understanding from family are the most important things. Even when you feel lonely or disappointed, never give up hope, because love and support can heal all wounds.
Hi, I'm Amelia from Germany. Please like and subscribe. I live in a trailer shed in Berlin because my parents didn't make any money. My parents tried to get me toys and presents once in a while, even though it didn't go too well.
I have a present for you, sweetie. They were giving away free books at the library.
Thanks, but you do realize almost all the pages are missing, right? Mom, I have an idea. What if I get a job and then we become billionaires?
You're in the 3rd grade, Amelia. I don't think that's possible.
How could I argue with that? But a few months later, things took an insane turn. Mom had to work all weekend, so Dad decided to take me on a camping trip. I firmly refused because there are too many mosquitoes there. But Dad insisted. He borrowed a neighbor's van and we drove for 8 hours straight. God, he was crazy. Finally, we stopped at our destination and I couldn't believe my eyes. We were standing in front of a palace.
I'd like you to meet your grandfather.
Just then, an old man came out and I was super confused. Then at dinner, my grandpa dropped a bombshell on me.
I wanted your father to marry a rich woman, but instead he marries someone who can't even buy her daughter a proper bed. I told him I'd only share my riches if he'd divorce her for someone else.
Actually, Amelia, I brought you here because I'm leaving your mom. I can't live in poverty any longer. We're moving in with my father and you're going to have a new stepmom soon.
You can forget about me living with you. What, you were just going to kidnap me and never tell Mom what happened to us? I don't ever want to see you. I don't even want to look at you. You're dead to me. How could Dad do something so sick? I had Mom pick me up after that, and when she found out what Dad was actually up to, she was horrified. I didn't see him again after that, and Mom told me everything.
His parents never accepted me, so he cut them off. I never thought he would leave me. I'll never fall in love again with any man.
That's okay, Mom. You don't need to marry anyone, and I don't want another mean dad. We can do this, just the two of us. It turned out we did make it on our own. After a couple of years, Mom finally found a new job that paid more and we were able to move into a house. Everything was great. I was getting good grades in school and I had tons of friends. But most importantly, I've made a life-changing decision. I refuse to talk to any guy around me. If a boy sat next to me in class, I would immediately leave, and everyone thought I was crazy for it.
Amelia's like an alien, as if she's never even seen a boy in her life.
Maybe she thinks she's too good to talk to any guy at our school.
Well, I didn't care what they said about me. I had created a boy-free life for myself and I was loving it until one day my whole world came crashing down. In 10th grade, 2 twin brothers entered our school in a limo. They were dreamy billionaire heartthrobs named Dennis and Leon. All the girls were fawning over them, except me. Then suddenly, as I was walking down the hall, Leon called me.
I want this young lady to be my school guide for the day. You'll escort me, do all my classes, fetch me my test answer sheets from the teacher's lounge, and of course...
Hey, you can't ask her to do all that. She's a girl. She should have someone escorting her. Show some respect.
Okay, first of all, girls don't need anyone to escort them, and secondly, I don't talk to boys ever. Ask any kid in school, and I really don't talk to snooty guys who expect me to be their slave. I started to walk away when Dennis grabbed my arm gently.
Wait, please. I'm sorry about my brother. He can be kind of a brat. He's the spoiled one in the family. My parents give him everything. Let me make it up to you. I'll buy you coffee. You seem like a really nice girl. We can be friends and get to know each other.
Oh dear God. I tried pushing Dennis away, but he wouldn't give up. He followed me around all day, desperate to be my friend. It was kind of convenient having someone carry all of my textbooks, but I didn't want to take advantage of him. Dennis wasn't as awful as I thought, at least not like Leon. While Dennis followed me around, Leon acted like a total arrogant jerk.
Your dress has a stain on it. Don't you have a washing machine at home?
I'm really not interested in your opinion. And in math class, he forced me to give up my seat.
I need to sit at the front of the class near the chalkboard, otherwise I can't concentrate.
When I said no, he whistled and 2 of his bodyguards came charging at me. At that moment, I panicked and ran away. But unfortunately, I tripped over a chair and fell down, and that's when I blacked out. Some hours later, I opened my eyes to find I was in the nurse's office with Dennis by my side.
You had kind of a scare back in the hall, and I wanted to make sure you were okay.
Okay, thanks, but you've known me for 2 freaking days. Why are you all over me?
I'm not trying to be creepy or anything. It just made me so mad when I saw how Leon acted towards you. My brother's evil, and I don't want him hurting anyone else the way he hurt me.
Before I could answer, Dennis told me all about Leon and all the horrible things he'd done to people. Apparently, Leon pulled all kinds of nasty pranks on Dennis, like leaving poisonous spiders in his underwear. But Dennis was most angry about Leon stealing his girlfriend last year.
He knew I loved her. I found him making out with her behind the school on her 6th month anniversary.
I wasn't sure if it was because my head hurt or I felt lonely, but I enjoyed Dennis's company. After that day, I decided it wouldn't be a crime to hang out with him, so we became friends. Leon kept calling us boyfriend and girlfriend. One day, Leon and Dennis decided to throw a huge party, and Dennis really wanted me to go. Fine, but only because I've never been to a rich person's party before.
Oh, you'll have a blast, and if Leon tries to bug us, we'll glue his butt to a chair.
I laughed and was surprised how much I was looking forward to the party. I had lots of fun when I arrived, dancing to music, watching a movie in their private theater. Then, towards the end of the night, the boys decided to play Truth or Dare. When it was my turn, Dennis dared me to jump into the pool with my clothes on.
Sorry, what? You can't jump in our pool?
Actually, I can, because that's the rule of the game. I marched outside to the pool with the other kids, but as I stood at the edge of the pool, Leon grabbed my hand.
You are not jumping in that pool. We had a chemical leak yesterday and Dennis knows it. That psycho is trying to kill you.
Just shut up, dude, and let Amelia jump in.
God, this guy was a piece of work. He just didn't want me to have fun. Then suddenly Leon picked up a rock and threw it in the pool, and that's when I saw green bubbles surrounding it. There was a chemical leak. Did that mean?
See, I told you Dennis is trying to hurt you, Amelia. He's been up to no good for a while and I kept quiet, but this is just too much.
How about you continue to keep quiet, jerk?
What were they talking about? Then suddenly Leon punched Dennis and he fell to the ground. Leon, stop!
Amelia, I have to talk to you.
Just give a space for a second, will you? Leon finally agreed and left me with Dennis. You tried to throw me in a pool filled with acid? That makes no sense. Why would you do something like that?
My brother and I can't have you around. That's all you need to know. I don't owe you an explanation.
Wait, what? As if I want to associate with you. Psycho, I could have you locked up in jail. I yelled in his face and walked away. My God, he was wicked. I couldn't believe I'd ever trusted him. And what did Dennis mean when he said he couldn't have me around? God, I had so many questions. The next day at school, I tried to keep myself focused on schoolwork. I spent all of lunch in the library, but while I was looking through my textbook, someone came close and tapped my shoulder. Oh, you again? Why are you suddenly being so nice to me? This is all so confusing.
Long story short, our families are enemies. My grandma owns half of Germany, and apparently your grandpa does too. They've been threatening and blackmailing each other for years. So Dennis has been out to get you. That's why he followed you around. And I was trying to be loyal to my family, which is why I was a jerk to you at at first, but I should have put a stop to it all earlier. I'm really sorry.
You know my grandpa. All of this happened because of a war between his family and yours.
Yep, it's taken over our whole lives. Our parents were barely around when we were kids. It hurt me a lot, but I got over it. Dennis didn't though. He especially hates your family. He thinks it's their fault that our parents neglected him. Dennis kind of turned into a psycho in general. Once he put poisonous spiders in my underwear, and then another time he stole my girlfriend just to piss me off.
Wait a second, Leon was saying the exact same things about Dennis that Dennis had said about Leon. Dennis really had been the culprit the whole time. God, what a mess. I slept for 14 hours after that day. Leon called me the next day and told me his parents had sent Dennis to juvie.
He set all my mom's dresses on fire when they got into a fight. That was kind of the last straw. I hope you're feeling better, Amelia. I was worried about you. Maybe we could get to know each other a little better.
That's really sweet, Leon, and I'm glad Dennis is out of the picture, but I'm better off not having any men in my life. All they've ever done is hurt me. Still, thanks for saving my life. I hung up the phone, but Leon didn't give up on me that quickly. He kept sending me funny memes and cheer-up messages. Then one day something wild happened. I was brushing my teeth when my phone rang and it was my dad.
Amelia, tell your friend to back off if he doesn't want to get seriously hurt.
Hey Dad, great to hear from you too after 6 years. Also, I don't know what you're talking about.
Your friend Leo, why would you be friends with our rivals anyway? He kept texting me to check up on you and be a better dad. Who does he think he is? When I didn't reply, he turned up at the house. I had to get him thrown out by guards, but next time I'll do worse.
Dad hung up without even saying goodbye. I immediately called Leon. Leon, you idiot, why did you go to my dad's place? Did they hurt you?
Hey, no, I'm fine. Just hit my head when the guards threw me out. It was foolish, but I was just trying to make up for Dennis, and you deserve to have someone look out for you.
It was stupid, but I was so touched by what Leon did for me. Maybe not all men were out to hurt me after all. I really started warming up to Leon after that, and we talked often. On my 16th birthday, I heard a knock at the door. It was Leon and he was standing there with an envelope. I opened it to find concert tickets for my favorite band. Wow, this is amazing. But you didn't have to get me a present, Leon. You've been a really good friend.
There's 2 tickets in there. You obviously don't want to go alone. No chance I could ever be more than a good friend.
I really can't promise that, dude, but you never know what the future will hold for us. Don't let the past hurt you forever, and forgiveness helps heal the heart. Even if you've been hurt, open your heart and trust in new opportunities.